handsome boy Muffin, and we're going to talk to people who aren't vegan but love dogs.
Cycle of life.
The circle of life? No, it came from The Lion King, so you're actually using The Lion King as a scientific source here. I care about why you two people who are good people still pay for animals to be stabbed and killed when you're against it.
Yeah.
That's the argument.
No,
Yeah.
and then if that's the argument, then I totally agree with you. It is
right,
hypocrisy on a major scale.
It says dog lovers who aren't vegan are hypocrites. Prove me wrong. Do you want to know the full extent of my argument?
Yes, you go first.
I know your name's Joey.
Yeah, okay. I'll get you the full extent of my argument. When people love dogs, they love them for specific reasons.
Yeah.
Okay? They have a personality. They're sentient. They understand that they feel pain, and they like to look after the dogs, and they have wants and desires. And for those exact same reasons, why don't we extend those to the animals that are abused and killed and stabbed to death and chopped up into pieces on others' plates? So I'm saying if you love dogs and you destine these other animals who are inherently the same in all the ways that matter as dogs to a slaughterhouse to be chopped up and killed, I'm saying that you're a moral hypocrite.
Right. I believe that's correct.
Oh.
You agree with that premise?
To an extent.
Okay, and how about you? Because we've got two people here. Do you agree or disagree?
You know what? I'm going to say I'm disagreeing. Just because I guess you could say dogs are man's best friend. And, you know, you don't really get that with cows and all that stuff. They're kind of more like a bit different.
As we domesticate dogs, we sort of build more of a connection with them rather than other animals, say cows or pigs that we eat.
So I guess a dog you could say is more of a household animal, whereas you can't really have a cow as a pet, really. So
You can't?
you can't really have a cow as a pet, I would argue. I would say,
You're saying you can't have a cow as a pet?
yeah, because I mean, it's a big thing. It's like a hassle, but like a dog, like this little cute dog over
You're
there.
saying it's impossible to?
No, it's
Oh,
not
I wouldn't say
impossible to.
impossible, I'd
It's
say-
it's not convenient as say a dog, because a dog is sort of like a companion where I don't think I would really go up to a cow and pat it.
I would still say that makes you a hypocrite because you're just deciding who's your friend and who's not, and then you're killing the one who's not your friend.
Right.
I'd still say you're a moral hypocrite. Like, that doesn't prove that wrong.
Say that because that's your opinion.
Well, how is it not? So you're saying that because this cow is in your care, this dog is in your care, and it's you've chosen this one to be your friend.
Yeah.
Anyone who's not your friend, who you don't consider your friend, you can murder.
Do you choose your friends?
Of course I do. But if they're not my friend, I wouldn't deny you of your rights and stab you to death and go, oh, well, he's not my friend, or this animal's not my friend. I'd be a big fat hypocrite. My friend deserves rights. You're not my friend. That person's not my friend. Never met him before in my life. Kill them, take their rights away, enslave them, turn them into, a burger.
How long have
Okay.
you been vegan? Are you vegan? I'm assuming you're vegan.
I've been vegan for 6 years.
All right.
Yeah. So
What made you vegan based on animal rights, or
you can only be vegan for animal rights.
Right.
there's people who are vegan for health reasons?
Well, they're not looking at the definition of vegan. It's to do with the exploitation and cruelty to animals as far as practically possible. So you can't be vegan.
Is that a definition of vegan?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you have
So you can be plant-based for the environment, but you can still wear leather shoes and you
I'm
can
plant-based for the environment. I try and do plant-based 4 times a week.
because you can still participate in things that exploit and kill animals while looking after the environment, can't you?
Yeah.
You can go spearfishing and you can wear a leather jacket and which lasts longer and so you wouldn't be a vegan. A vegan
No,
is
I
it's
wouldn't be a
to do with animal rights only.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. What made you become a vegan?
Because I didn't want to be an animal abusing hypocrite anymore.
Right. What made you wake up to that? You wake up on the wrong side of the bed and go, you know what? This makes me. I've woken up today. I've seen myself in the mirror and I've gone.
So
Fuck.
do you not
Do you want to
own-
know my story?
Do you not own any leather products or anything like that? No.
No, because I wouldn't wear your skin if you were killed and murdered.
Fair enough.
I'd say that's
Yeah.
really weird. And we got dogs over here too. Like,
Muffin.
Sorry.
Muffin's very cute.
I wouldn't wear a muffin bag.
No, I wouldn't either. She's very cute.
He's cute. But let me tell you my story. I was a gang member for many years and a drug addict, and then I went to prison for firearms offences. I had a gun down my trousers trying to protect myself, and in prison I got sober. Okay, and part of my sobriety was like I started thinking about all the things I'd done in my life, and I was like, well, I'd hurt people, I'd been doing all these things, I'd been involved with the wrong people, and I kind of started to analyse my own morality for the first time. Okay, and then when I got released from prison, I'd heard about the plant-based diet in terms of health, in terms of juice fasting, and it's really good, the life-giving plants. But I also thought about the hypocrisy of animal rights activists saying save the whales while they had a steak on their plate.
Yeah.
And I'm all for being. I don't want to be a hypocrite. So I had a conversation with my mum telling her to quit smoking, and she said, well, look at you. Like, there's a lot of things people do that they don't change that are bad. And I like looked at myself, and part of that was going, hey, I'm an animal abusing hypocrite. I need to change.
In the same way, though, do you believe that someone who's, say, vegetarian but still eats eggs, would that be better than someone who eats, say, meat?
You'll have to ask the egg-laying hens who are enslaved and murdered.
I'm pointing that question to you, though, not to the hens.
Okay, well, from the animal's point of view, absolutely not. That's an injustice, and no injustice should be selective or reduced. Okay, you're either against animal abuse across the board. You don't pick and choose which animals, because that's exactly what we do with dogs and pigs. Like,
in the same way, if someone was to, say, injure someone, and then on another level murder someone, they go to court, they go to jail for different periods of time. Someone who's vegetarian but still eats eggs, but someone who's completely vegan, I believe that person, still has a moral compass in some way, more so than a person who eats, meat on a daily basis.
I'm picking up.
well, let me just put it like this. Let's just say,
Because you have to start somewhere.
I understand what you're saying.
No one's going, the whole world isn't going to turn vegan overnight. They didn't peel,
I understand your point. Can I respond to your point for a sec?
Sure.
Because the egg industry is no different to the meat industry, okay? So they're the same type of industry. They're enslaving these. What happens in the egg industry? A hatchery. Can I show you some graphic footage?
Go ahead.
It's going to be graphic, all right?
Oh, wow.
That's all right.
So let me just get this here. I'll show you the egg industry. This is standard practice in Australia.
So they impregnate the chooks just for the purpose of their
Well,
exploitation.
there's parent breeder hens that the eggs will come from, that the
Right.
hen layers will come from these parent breeding sheds. So they're fertilised eggs, and then they'll go to a hatchery. And at the hatchery, they will hatch, and they'll be separated into male and female, because they don't need male hens in the male chickens in the egg laying industry. They don't lay eggs, do they?
So they just get rid of them.
So I'll show you how they get rid of them. Let's go to the egg part. How do you think they get rid of these males?
Obviously going to slaughter
Chop
them.
their heads off.
They're little. They're only baby chicks. It's their first day of life.
Stomp on them.
Strangle them. Hang them up by a
Close.
thread and spank them to death.
No, they're innocent little baby chicks. Let's have a look. Where's the eggs?
Shoot them. Oh, there you go.
beef.
God.
That's a slaughterhouse. These are the victims.
What was running
Eggs.
away?
Here we go. This is down, by the way. So you're saying, like, if they're just supporting this industry, then they're doing something that's better.
To a certain extent.
I mean, that's
See, they're
not-
separating them
not-
into. Wait a sec. We'll just
Yeah.
they're separating them to male and
Continue.
female. Okay.
Right.
They go to this conveyor belt. This is their first day of life. They've just hatched. That's what the egg industry does for people who want to eat eggs. Now, what am I supposed to say to that person? Yeah, good work, mate. Pat you on the back? Hell no. That's animal abuse.
So
That's
Okay.
absolutely RSPCA approved. RSPCA.
I mean,
why
I
do
would-
they have to kill the chickens?
I would argue.
they kill the males because they don't.
So then
They're
why can't they
useless.
just put them in like for breeding or something?
From an economic standpoint, they can't really do that for primary to hatch eggs.
These specific breed is for egg laying.
Yeah.
They don't grow them for.
For like
Flesh?
meat, yeah. So
They don't
gotta
grow
kill 'em.
fast enough. They're not like the 42-day-old chickens that you eat that grow in 6 weeks. These are different. These are specifically for egg laying. So they just chuck them in a blender, and that's what you pay for when you eat eggs.
I mean,
We can talk about the other industries like this is pigs here. We can talk about the gas chamber stunning. This was RSPCA approved till activists went in there and left cameras here. This is how they bullshit you. They're struggling for their last breath. This is CO2 gas stunning. This was considered the most humane method for stunning pigs. Then they take them out of here and they stab them in the throat. Now, what sort of position do you take on injustice like this?
I mean,
Of
I would
course,
argue that-
you're not going to agree with this kind of stuff, but it's hidden. So people who are eating meat, I guess, aren't seeing this shit.
Yeah.
So, and what would you like to say about that?
I mean, I would argue that, especially that method, is obviously like the most inhumane way to do it.
No, this is what they were telling us is the most humane.
Yeah.
They fell asleep gently. We have to expose
Yeah.
these places. Industry won't. So, like,
I mean, I guess you could say like,
what?
obviously that is like the most inhumane way to do it.
This
but
is
like,
standard, bro. This is
Yeah,
where you're
I
getting
know.
your meat and dairy from. So
I know.
right now, this is
But
what
I
you're
mean,
paying
like,
for.
you can't really close down the whole meat industry, I guess.
Why not?
I mean, because look how many people eat meat. Like, at least
doesn't
90%
mean-
of the people here.
How
would
many
eat
people had
meat.
slaves back in the days? We shut that down.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I guess what you could say, like, hypothetically, like, the meat industry is never really gonna, like, end, I guess. But
Why not? Well,
Obviously,
wait a
there's
second.
more
If more people
money.
like you see this, like you said, it's hidden from people. Just because it's hidden from you doesn't mean that you're not causing a massive impact to these animals.
no,
and when someone like me goes, hey, you're an animal abusing hypocrite if you care about animal rights or animals at all and you're paying for them to be in this place, then people go, well, explain, and I'll show them this. What are they going to do? They're going to keep paying for this?
not really.
They might. Some people do, but
Yeah.
I can't. You guys seem like you got your head screwed on and you got a compassion in your
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I mean,
So you say you're a dog lover. I love dogs. If anyone touched my dog, have you seen the thread, the comments thread, when there's a dog abuse video on Facebook? Kill him. Kill
Have you
him.
seen that cat's
Don't fuck with
fuck
cats.
cats, yeah.
Kill him. They want to kill this person, right? Now, what if an activist like me said, "Oh, someone fucked with a pig, kill them"? They'd be like, "Militant vegan at it again."
yeah.
That's hypocrisy.
It is. It's hypocrisy. But I think in saying that, I don't think it's going to change.
That's a practical argument.
I guess,
now,
like-
saying it won't change. It took 400 years to abolish slavery in America. 400
Slavery
years.
still goes on, though.
Child slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Sex slavery.
But it's outlawed. This is legal slavery. This is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Legal slavery.
I guess you're
Has,
right.
has the RSPCA or PETA not said that you can't, slaughter animals in inhumane ways?
That's a welfare argument, right? How do I kill you humanely? Right now, you want to live? How do I rob your life humanely?
But there's laws against murder against people. There's
There should be laws against murder for animals, not humane ways to murder.
fair enough.
I guess you're right. Like,
This is bobby calves. They don't produce milk in the
Yeah.
dairy industry. You know, they get murdered.
yeah. I guess what you.
Look at this baby here,
Yeah.
taken from their mother. You can't watch that? Do you drink dairy?
No, I drink almond milk actually.
Do you eat cheese? Chocolate? Exactly. So this is what you're paying for. Like, this
So I
is
guess-
the abuse you're paying for.
I guess you're right saying if you're a dog lover and then you like allow this, you're a bit of a hypocrite. But
Look,
like,
this is exactly like a dog.
yeah.
You're telling me
I
that
know.
just because they're not your friend, this is okay? Like you
It's
said,
not
they're not
okay.
companions?
It's not okay.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't really see how we can make a change unless we get more
You
people
can.
to see these videos.
You can. You can't stop the child sex slavery like you were talking about, right? But you don't participate in it. You don't go buying disgusting child pornography. No, like you don't support it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're consistent with that. You don't go out and abuse people or beat up whoever you want. You don't do it. So why do you do this?
Good point.
So, okay, if me and Max were to go vegan, right? Would I don't
there wouldn't
think
be a
us.
significant-
Okay, so
Appeal to futility?
Multiple people stop investing in these sort of like in industries. I still think that this shit would still go on.
Yeah.
I'm saying that you said to me, slavery still exists. Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that mean we should? Oh, because it does still exist and it's not going to go away. We should just all participate in it still. This is your argument.
No.
You don't know. I'm saying, why do you? I'm putting the onus on you two.
Why
Well,
not?
yeah. Well, after seeing this shit, I don't know.
So it's not up to whether everyone else is going to, whether it's not going to change. I don't give a fuck about that. I care about why you two people who are good people
Yeah.
still pay for animals to be stabbed and killed when you're against it.
Yeah.
That's the argument
Yeah.
here.
No,
Yeah.
and then if that's the argument, then I totally agree with you. It is
Yeah,
it
you're
is
right on that standpoint.
hypocrisy on a major scale.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, so if you leave here today, it's either you're a vegan or you're an animal abusing hypocrite. Which one is it going to be?
I don't think I can commit to vegan,
Okay.
instantly. But I'm definitely on the right track, trying to eat plant-based, a majority of the
So
time.
just know while you're doing that journey, you're abusing animals and you're a hypocrite by your own moral standard. So that might motivate you further. Yourself?
Yeah, it's definitely motivating after seeing this.
Yeah. I guess
Yourself?
I'd have to agree as well. I mean, obviously today I'm not going to leave and instantly go vegan, but like, I guess I'd be open to a bit of change in my diet and my way of living, I guess.
Just about being morally consistent and, don't be hypocritical when it comes to animal cruelty. And like I did, like I'm not some softie who, I'm not some
yeah.
hippie guy, dude. I just think
You've
that's
been- yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Like people in the gang world, right? They were doing stuff wrong to each other.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit was like, they did something wrong to me. Oh, like, these animals did nothing wrong to anyone. Who did a cow ever fuck over? A chicken. These are innocent beings and we treat them like worse than the worst criminals on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it's
Picking
definitely
up
it's a
what you're putting
holocaust.
down. Yeah.
It's a holocaust what we're doing to them.
Yeah, you could say that definitely.
Slaughter or destruction on a mass scale. It's a holocaust. There's no other way to describe it.
It is a holocaust.
Yeah. So
All right.
my friends over here some more information about vegan
Really?
alternatives and things
Thank
you can
you.
do.
Thank you.
Great combo. Thanks for sitting down, eh?
Have a good one.
Really good combo. Pretty smart kids. Good lads.